Wherever you're listening from and however today feels, welcome. Today is day 7, and I want to pause on that. Day 7. 1 full week of January, 1 full week of choosing to return to movement, 1 full week of showing up in real life as you are. That deserves to be said out loud, because a week of showing up is not nothing. Not in January. Not when routines have kicked back in, not when energy dips, not when motivation comes and goes, and not when nobody is standing there applauding you for it. So let's name this properly. If you ran every day this week, this is for you. If you ran most days, this is for you. If you missed days, doubted yourself, questioned it, and came back anyway, this is for you. If your runs were short, if they were slow, if they felt awkward, distracted, heavy, or maybe just a bit ordinary, you still showed up. Red January was never about a perfect week. It was about a real one. A week that had to fit around work, around tired legs, around busy heads, around weather, mood, and life happening as it always does. A real week asks different things of you each day. Some days it asks for very little. Some days it asks for lots. Some days it asks for patience. Some days it just asks you not to disappear. And you didn't. You kept finding your way back. However that looked. That matters. I think we're quick to skip over moments like this, to say it's only a week, to tell ourselves it doesn't count unless it was flawless, to move straight on to the next thing without letting anything land. But this week does count. Not because it proves anything, not because it guarantees anything about the rest of the month, but because it shows something simple and important. You can return. You can make space for movement without it needing to be dramatic. You can keep something going without squeezing it too tightly. You can show up without needing perfect conditions. That's the foundation here, not speed, not distance, not consistency in the strict sense, just returning. For me, this is always the point where running starts to feel like it belongs again, not as a project, not as something I'm evaluating, just as something that exists in my days. Some runs fade as soon as they're done. Some stay with me a bit longer. Some feel like nothing much happened at all, and that is exactly right. Because the work of this first week isn't visible, it's quiet. It's the work of keeping the door open, of not turning running into something you have to negotiate with, of letting it sit alongside your life rather than compete with it. If you're listening to this before you head out today, or while you're already moving, you don't need to mark this with effort. You don't need to make today harder because it's day 7. Just acknowledge it. A quiet moment of recognition. I've been here this week, in my own way, on my own terms. And then keep going. Not because you're chasing anything, not because you're trying to complete something, just because this is what you're doing right now. This first week was all about first footsteps. It isn't about momentum. It isn't about building. It's about learning that you can begin and keep beginning without pressure. And you've done that. So wherever today finds you, energized or tired, steady or unsure, let this sit with you. You're not behind. You're not failing. You're not doing Red January wrong. You've shown up for a week. That's real. That's meaningful. And that's enough. So keep going gently. I'll speak to you tomorrow. Thanks for listening. If this series is helpful, you can follow the PKS Running Club podcast wherever you're listening, and these daily reflections will just appear for you through January. You can find me on Instagram at PKSRUNS. I also share longer videos on YouTube documenting my own running journey. However we connect, that's enough. No pressure, just an open door. See you out there.